This is going to be a short tutorial going over the Capstone and the layout of the corporate database that I did. The first objective is to create the login menu. So I'm going to close the database and then load it back up. Brings you right into this login menu. It has the left navigation pane has been disabled. So I'm just going to put in 410 for username, 410 for the password, and click submit. And that's going to spawn a Visual Basic script that's going to validate the login, and then it brings you right to the work portal, which the first page it brings you to is to the employee portal. It has the options for editing, deleting employee, navigating through the employees, or searching by their last name or their social security number. That's part of Objective 2. I just wanted to show you if you put in the wrong username, I'm just putting anything in there, it gives you an invalid error, and then it starts to count the tries, each try that you try to log in, and then eventually it'll give you an error and then close out the database completely. So I'm going to log back in using a different login, Joseph and Ding Dong. So it brings you right to the employee search page. So you can, each one of these are combo boxes for the first name and last name. So if you just type in any letter, it'll bring it up, and if you hit enter, it'll automatically change the record below. But notice all the fields have been deactivated. This is by default. When the page loads, it activates a macro that disables all these form fields. If you needed to actually make a modification to the employee, you'd click Edit Employee, which spawns another macro that enables the fields, so you can make your change, put an S there, and then when you're done, you can click Save Employee, and then it locks the fields back and it enables the navigation switches. Now when you're in edit mode, it actually disables all the navigation buttons and disables all the switching buttons up here until you go into save the employee or actually delete the employee. Same thing for the Social Security. You can switch it by Social Security or switch it back by name. Put it into edit mode, save mode. You wanted to delete an employee. All of the relationships on the database have been set up to cascade update and cascade delete queries. So all you do is just click delete, gives you the static usual prompt, and you just say yes, and it automatically deletes the record from the project tables and everything. So the next objective was, let's see, display the employees, navigation first, move next, create a new employee, push button, do the search. I did a combo box with a drop down and social security number. Then we have add update, delete employee, got that. So number 3, we're going to add employees from projects, the project page. So you click on the project tab, and right away it brings you to the whatever project X is the first project, and it shows you the assigned workers. Now if you want to switch projects, there's another combo box up here that you can use to switch, and it automatically updates what employees are attached to it. On the right side, it shows you the employees that are not assigned to this project. So if you wanted to add employee, just click on the employee, and it enables the lower add employee box, and they show up instantly. Now if you wanted to delete an employee, you could select the employee by clicking on the hours box, and then it enables the remove employee box. So you click remove, and it deletes that record. Now it doesn't actually delete the employee record, it only deletes them from this particular, from being part of that project. You can see that this record still is existing. So let's look at Billy Boomer. So we're going to find Billy Boomer, and I'm going to actually delete Billy Boomer. So now when we go back to Project X, Billy Boomer no longer shows up. So when you actually delete the employee, it cascades that event throughout all the tables, deletes the dependents, and deletes the work records. So alternately, you can just change their hours by adding an hour value. It automatically updates that. And that's about it there. For the Paycheck section, I put a sub-tab underneath the Employee tab. You click on Paychecks, and it calculates this report. I used a Microsoft Office Word template to get this check form. It's a 2007 template. And then I just pasted it in the background and then added boxes, text boxes, form fields, but then I removed all the borders around those form fields. So this is just a SQL query that brings in the full name. This just is the calculated amount, which is done in SQL as well as the date. This date modification, that's actually done right inside of the Properties tab, and as well as setting this as a currency is done in the Properties tab. I rounded the this query so it would get the cents right, and then I'm actually using a macro from Microsoft to convert these values into actual words. So I'm going to switch to the design view for this to show you. Okay. This is the query. It's actually pulling the this query from a separate query that's in the navigation pane. But you can see the function. It's a Visual Basic function that's called Convert Currency to English. So I'm going to click on the Design tab, click on the Visual Basic. And this is the function that I got from Microsoft from this website address. I didn't really do anything to it other than just put it in there and save it, so I'm not going to go over any of that. Then I added a function on this page to automatically increment, do a running sum, just so it had the effect like a number of a check or something like that. Then the name is, it's like a concatenated field from the SQL. Switch. I'm going to go into the just regular mode. I'm just holding down the Shift key when I go to open the file, and that just bypasses all the startup macros, so you can see all the underlying stuff that's going on here. For the check field, I just did the SQL. Just to select the date as date, and then I did a first name, and then I concatenated them with the and symbol as name, and then I rounded the calculation that was provided in the Capstone description. This calculation right there, I just copy and pasted that for the total from the employee table. There wasn't any calculation that was involved with this, so I mean, like for calculating hours or anything, it just said use the salary. So that was it. But that is all the functionality. I'm going to just close back and then open it. And it automatically pulls up my handy dandy login menu. Back into it. And then I'm going to, let's see, we didn't test the navigation. There's the navigation functions, and then creating a new record, and you got to save that record. But I'm going to save that, and then he's going to show up over here. There he is. Add him to a couple different projects. So that's it. I'm going to have a tutorial underneath the tutorial link.